Welcome to the Infinite Podcast. My name is Carlos Andres Ruiz, and I am with my wife, Melissa Ruiz Vasquez. How you doing today, Mel?
I am very good.
Very good?
Yep,
Okay.
I'm very good.
Like in the beginning, God said that when He created us, we were very good. That's how you're feeling? You're feeling godly?
All right, now I changed my answer.
Why?
I just feel good.
Uh, okay. um,
How about you?
Me,
How
I
are you
feel
feeling?
now I feel very good.
Oh, okay.
You know, I was feeling just good, but I was like, if she's feeling very good, let me honor the godliness in us. And very good, yeah. I am feeling good. Um, I'm wearing my Colombian shirt today. Uh,
It's rare.
it's rare?
Yeah.
Why?
For so many reasons. You don't like logos.
I do not like logos. And so we're gonna jump right into topic today. Today we're gonna talk about hiding.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we've been on a conversation through 6 words that really have invaded my soul, and I use these 6 words almost like a roadmap to everything that I do and every place that I walk into. And the 6 words are help humans walk life hiding less. And yes, I hate logos, and I did wear this shirt intentionally because I am Colombian, but I I don't like to wear things that limit what defines me, and I don't like to be defined as a Colombian or a South American. I don't even like to be defined just um, as a male, which is weird to say. I believe that there's only 2 genders, but I choose to believe that beneath all of these are our original uh, design is human,
Mm-hmm.
and I like to start from there on. So every time that I put something on top, it feels as if I am hiding the the human or the most organic version of me, and I don't like that. I don't like hiding. How do you feel about logos?
You know, like this is a logo,
This is
and
a logo, and this is a logo.
yeah, you're wearing two. Wow,
I'm
you
wearing
went
2
all
logos.
out. No, I think it's cute. I think it's cute. That's it.
You think logos are cute?
Yeah, so I mean, depends. Sometimes they're cute. I used to wear a lot more, um, until I met you and I started to understand your perspective, and I can agree with it. But like at the same time, I wear Nike, I wear
Yeah,
Adidas, I wear my shoes are Reebok, and like I don't care that it says the word Reebok on it.
yeah.
Um, but I understand like using those logos as like labels of like
Mhm.
um what's the word I'm looking for? Like essentially giving you clout.
Mhm.
Like
To
like
increase your status.
yeah. Like I remember when I was in undergrad, I had an internship, and probably the most prestigious internship I was at Harvard.
Mm.
And I'm like, well, I wasn't a student there. However, I was like, well, we were what were we called? We weren't called interns. We were athletic training students. But like my preceptor, so the person teaching me, worked at Harvard. So I worked with some of the teams, but I wasn't officially an athletic trainer.
Mhm.
So I wasn't working. I was just learning and like
Mhm.
practicing. Um, but they gave me like free Harvard stuff, and like it's Nike, and like I was never D1, so I was
Yeah.
like, I don't know what this is like. And so like I could, if I remember getting it and be like, wow, like I could wear this out, and people might think that like I play at
Mhm.
Harvard, and it's like I never did because I didn't, for what? But it's a thought that comes up, like, or if I wore my LaSalle soccer stuff
Mhm.
out, it's like, well, I'm walking into space already defining myself as
Mhm.
a collegiate soccer player and
Yeah.
for this school, and you're essentially walking around as free advertisement, which
Mhm.
up to you how you feel about that. Sometimes I'm just not in the mood to be doing that.
Mhm.
So long story short, sometimes it's cute, sometimes it's not.
I just think it's so dangerous.
Yeah,
I think it's so dangerous.
it is an easy way to hide.
It's an easy way to hide. It's an easy way to validate yourself.
Hmm.
Um, I think it's an easy way. It's a subtle way to To hate yourself. Why do you laugh?
Because you're such a challenger.
Why?
Because that's like a challenging statement. Because I'm sure whoever's listening is gonna be like, "Damn, do I hate myself? What are you talking about?"
The truth.
The
It's not
truth will
the
set you
truth
free.
will set you free or make you feel like you're being challenged.
At first, the truth is hard,
Yeah.
and then eventually it does. It does
Yeah.
set you
I
free.
think it is a subtle way to maybe hate yourself is too extreme, but I think it could get you there
Mhm.
if you like you only know yourself through the logo of Columbia or through Division One program or whatever program or whatever job. Um,
Yeah.
it's dangerous because you start to give yourself value because of that institution, and you get to a moment in which, let's say, you get fired, you get injured, you no longer have that job, you land at who the hell are you, and why should I like myself
Yep.
if I don't have this
Mhm.
uh, thing that gives me some sort of status, and were you gonna say something?
I want to interrupt you. Should we jump into the icebreaker before we dive deeper into this?
Yes, let's do the
I
icebreaker.
can read it.
You can read it.
This is so irrelevant.
Irrelevant or relevant?
Irrelevant.
Okay.
Describe your ideal breakfast.
Oh my goodness, this is so relevant.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, how are you gonna hide behind this breakfast right now?
How am I gonna hide?
Yeah.
Um,
What's your ideal breakfast?
my ideal breakfast is my ideal breakfast just depends on the
mood.
morning, on the mood. Yeah, like it depends if I'm trying to hide under the identity of Colombian,
Mhm.
then I would have calentado.
Mhm.
So it would be rice mixed with beans and chicharrón and arepa and cheese and eggs scrambled with um, tomato and onion. That's if I'm trying to hide behind Colombia. If I'm trying to hide behind being American, it would be some sort. There would be two options. It would be either an avocado toast
Mhm.
and with some bacon on top,
Mm.
or it would be pancakes with fruit and maybe two eggs and bacon. That's if I'm trying to hide behind American.
Yeah.
If I'm not trying to hide, um, if I'm not trying to hide, it's so crazy because we're so informed by what we think we are. Had we been born in, I don't know, somewhere in Asia, neither of those would really
Like
be.
I'm sure if you're not Colombian, that sounded crazy.
That sounded like
That
you haven't
sounded
eaten for
crazy.
3 days and you're trying to catch up.
Yeah.
Um,
Playing catch up.
so that's my way to answer that question today.
Fair enough. Nah, I feel that. I don't have.
What's the actual question?
Describe your ideal breakfast.
Ideal breakfast. Okay, got it.
It is really hard because we do have such separate, and like you can't really like combine the two. Like the closest we get to overlap is the eggs,
Yeah,
because everything else like.
yeah.
But I won't jump on the calentado train because I didn't have that a lot growing up, like with the beans. Pero una repita con quesito y quesito, like ooh, with coffee and maybe una empanada so that we get some like. Don't judge me, Mr. Chicharrón.
Go ahead.
Empanada and pan de queso for you, pan de uno. Yeah, that's a fire breakfast for me. Did I say eggs?
You said that's the common theme on both sides.
Yeah. Well, mine would have eggs,
hmm
but I think that
How do you
would
like the eggs?
scrambled.
Scrambled.
When it's with arepa, I prefer it scrambled.
Okay.
We could throw some ogao in there, so
Yeah.
with tomato and
Tomato and onion.
scallions.
Scallion.
Yeah.
That's what the long onion is
Yep.
called?
Mhm.
Scallion?
I mean, sometimes green onion, but I guess it. Anyways, because in Spanish I get confused when they say cebolla, because that is cebolla, but then they say cebolla cabezona
Yeah, yeah,
is the other onion.
yeah.
And
There's so many onions. Yeah, yeah.
Anyways, but I think that would be my ideal breakfast.
Okay.
Maybe throw in some orange juice, not in,
Orange juice.
but on the side, when
Okay.
I'm looking for something refreshing.
Okay. Yeah, I can live with
I
all.
love
I can live with
breakfast.
all of those. I do love breakfast too.
It's the best meal.
Cool. Good question. Now I'm hungry, but it's not
It's not
breakfast. But I
time.
could have breakfast after that conversation.
Me too.
Um,
Oh, arepa.
I could have un pan de uno.
Mm.
But all right, let's get into our topic because since you say that I like to challenge, this is such a challenging topic.
That statement by itself was very.
How?
Because what do you mean? I like to say that you're challenged. You like to say that you're challenging too.
No, I agree with people that say I like to challenge,
Bueno, empezamos pues.
but that I like to challenge. That's just how I am. I just say the truth, and people feel challenged because everybody lives in such a lie.
My fault. Then. And me saying like, I meant like you just challenged, but.
Okay, okay. All right, we're gonna talk about hiding. There's nothing more, and I don't challenge because I feel good about challenging. I challenge because I feel good about helping people reveal their true self
Yep.
to themselves, like not even to the people out there. I actually don't even challenge people that I don't care about.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know, like the people that I love the most are the ones that I'm like, no, but please stop hiding behind this
Mm.
and behind this and behind this. And so uh, when we talk about hiding, I think that it's the most exhausting thing a human can ever practice. When you hide, um, first let's start with this statement that like if you're always telling the truth, you don't have to remember anything.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you hide, you have to remember so many things because you have to keep up with the lie. And
So would you say hiding is lying?
I think 100%,
Mm.
100%. I think that's just another word. Um,
So if I give you the example of like what I was saying earlier about, oh, I'm wearing a logo because I'm walking into a room as a former athlete, like that's not technically a lie, but the lie is that that's not the only thing about me or the most important thing about
that's
me.
not actually
Or,
who you are.
oh, okay. Okay. See, yes, that's good clarification.
Yeah,
Proceed.
yeah. um, that's an extension of you,
Mm-hmm.
and it temporarily represents you in that moment, but that is not who you are. And I think that's when hiding comes in, and it becomes, like I said, it's so subtle because to a certain extent, it's like you're not fully lying when you're like when we say that we're Colombian,
Mm.
but if I say that I'm Colombian before I am from Earth, then I'm lying
Mm.
because I will embrace perhaps negative habits from Colombian that as someone from Earth would need to be healthier. Like for example, we eat a lot of damn greasy food.
That fried food.
And I've come across
Beautiful.
moments in which I try to eat healthier and I feel like my family feels that I've betrayed them because I'm not eating the empanadas and the chicharrón and all the greasy food. And so I have to be comfortable that, hey, I'm doing this because I'm from Earth, and being from Earth means that I am a human before I am Colombian, and I want to be able to grow and run with my kids and be healthy for my kids. And that is more human-like than Colombian-like. You
Mm-hmm.
know, I'm under the impression that most humans want to be able to spend time with their kids. And so that is not Colombian, you know? And if I put Colombian first, then I might make unhealthy decisions that will keep me from that. And so that's what I mean by a subtle lie or hiding. But I think the reason we buy that lie is because if I position myself as Colombian, then I become accepted, or I now have chosen to believe that I belong based on me putting that title because now I'll be more embraced. And that's another thing that I fight with that I don't need to belong to any construct because I belong to God um, and which probably the let's say you don't believe in God, but as you get older and you start to feel or find the most meaningful relationships, you automatically begin to hide less because if you get married and this person knows every texture of you, you don't have to hide anything out there because you're like, well, my girl at home like loves me no matter what, and so you become a little bit more desensitized. So you don't have to believe in God necessarily. It helps a lot for me that I don't have to hide nowhere because I fully belong. But having a wife allows me that like I don't need to look good for this, for if there's a lot of women here, or if I gotta, whatever it may be. Like, I just gotta, I belong to my wife. So, we don't have too much time today. Um, is there anything for you that comes to mind when you hear the word hiding, and whether it's like maybe a moment in which you felt that you were hiding more, or maybe like, hey, this really unlocked something for me that allowed me or helped me hide less in my everyday.
Well, I would say that I have a lot of experience with hiding. I think that, I guess the first thing I thought of when I think of hiding is when you have a fear of judgment, of like being, I don't know, rejected. Um, it it paralyzes you in like, I don't want to be seen, I don't want to be heard, I don't want to be anything.
Mhm.
Like pretend I'm not even here.
Mhm.
So then that's when you like sit in like parts of the room where a lot of people can't see you. That's when you don't really participate in conversations that like larger groups are having. Like if I have a question, I'm not going to ask it.
Mhm.
Like I think that that was a lot of like growing up,
Mhm.
but that was from like an anxiety fear base. So that's what it made me think of. Um, I think understanding for me, what, because I'm not going to say that I'm completely over that
I don't think
or
none of
that,
us are while we're here.
yeah. So it's easier to hide. Like, for example, I consider myself a funny person, if you didn't know. But sometimes I can hide behind like being funny.
Mm.
Sometimes I can hide behind no, mostly being funny. Like that was obviously comedic timing, but or like behind my laughter, like
Yeah.
stuff like that. I've always like felt like even when I struggled with like depression, like I would hide behind like, I guess, acting like I'm
Mhm.
totally okay, like,
Mhm.
or laughter, all that stuff.
Mhm.
Um, it just makes you literally think about like, if trying to hide this tree, oh okay, it's not gonna come out. But like when you think of hiding, you think of like covering something. You think
Mhm.
of that thing not being seen.
Yeah.
So
I
like,
guess, and also like it's 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 you feel like you're protecting
yes,
yourself,
yeah.
or
I guess it made me think of a band-aid too, which
mm,
I think,
a band-aid.
yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of us do things that help us hide how we're truly feeling, and not to mention how we truly feel about ourselves,
Mm.
um, whether we realize it or not.
Mhm.
But what helped me move towards hiding less, I think, is understanding that there are so many people out there like me.
Mm.
The amount of people that I've met that have like mental health struggles, or like think like, oh, I don't want to do this because I don't want to be judged, I don't,
Mhm.
whatever. Especially I guess as an adult, like meeting kids that like you see going through the same things that you did. It's like, man, like we really all just have the same
Mhm.
experience, and we all think that we're having a very unique
Mhm.
experience. And like, don't get me wrong, everyone's life is different in its different ways,
Yeah.
but we all have some kind of fear.
Mhm.
And for a lot of people, it tends to be the fear of being rejected or being judged
Mhm.
by others. So what helped me kind of move out of that fear a little more is that like we're all doing the same thing and feeling similarly, but I never want to make anyone feel like they're being judged
Mm.
or they're being um, rejected by
Mhm.
me.
Mhm.
Um, so that helps me think, I'm sure there's a lot of people like me
Mhm.
who want other people to not feel rejected, to not
Mhm.
feel judged. Um, and understanding that I have, like, whenever I mess up and I say something silly, or like I misunderstood someone and so my reaction was not appropriate, um, I think, I have the right intention?
Mm.
Like, was I being a good, kind person?
Mhm.
And if the answer is yes, then I eventually let it go,
Mhm.
because I'm like, I never meant to do cause any harm.
Mm-hmm.
And if that's true, then what I did should not matter.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But
We're we're such a we're such a paradox of like species. Like
yeah.
we want to fit in
Mm-hmm.
fully. Like I want to not even fit in. Sometimes I don't even want to be perceived. Like I just want to be. I want to blend in.
Mm.
And we are so stimulated by being unique.
Yeah. Yeah.
We all want to be this unique character that I want to do the best possible in whatever thing I'm given, craft or in school or whatever. I want to be the best son or the best whatever. And so we have to fight this dilemma of being fitting in, which is sameness, and then being unique, which is the opposite. And that creates, sometimes we hide in order to be unique. So, and what that looks like is, I don't know, we hide under maybe logos like sports and a specific sports team, because if this team wins a lot, then I'm part of this unique
Mm-hmm.
group. And then the opposite also becomes true. When I don't want to be perceived, then I won't stand up for what I feel is valuable, so that I am not judged. And and if you don't want to be judged, then you also don't want to be unique.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to be unique, then you want to be judged. You know? And so it's such a dilemma that like when we have these conversations, it's not that we have an answer, but at least we're going to propose the point of views and running across the fact that there's moments that if I feel unique in a specific domain, I'm gonna be judged, or I'm gonna be like, sometimes I'm judged because I will be told that you're doing too much. And for me, like, it doesn't feel like I'm doing too much. I am just living the full expression of who I am in different buckets. I think yesterday one of the people that I ran into was like, "Yo, you're coaching here, you're doing basketball, you're doing here, you're doing podcasts, you're doing here." I was like, "Yeah," and when he said it to me, I was like, "Holy crap!" Like we're doing so much, but we're walking through the day, we're sitting having a conversation, and so I just feel like it's almost like, okay, maybe pick what season you're in. This is a season or a domain. Like I need to be really unique in this domain. Like I need to be the best husband that Melissa could ever have, because I want her to have the best experience. If she only has one husband in this lifetime, I want it to be the best. It, how would it be if I just wanted to belong? Like I want this to be just another one of her many husbands, you know, like and a regular experience, you know. And then there's other ones that I choose
Oh my gosh.
to be a little bit more regular. I don't like to talk about this a lot in public, but based on my athletic story, I have connections that can help athletes find their way to college. And this past fall, I think, or winter, I had a college coach call me and say, "Hey, I'm looking for a center back, and any chance, like, where you're working, like, do you know any players? And I've heard a little bit about this guy, and I trust your insight, and I am limited on time. I don't have too many gaps in my schedule to go watch him. I know that what you tell me is going to be truth. Can he play for us?" And I told him, my honest answer was like, "Yo, I'm gonna be honest with you. This guy, if he wanted to go Division 1 and be a supporting player, have a supporting role in Division 1, he would do it. So Division 3, and on top of that, he's one of the best human beings, just like character-wise, that I've coached. And so that interaction made it so I was like, you know what, like, although you trust me so much, I still want you to see the player. So I did a pickup session, and I was like, "Yo, send one of your assistants to come watch him play." And so he did. He came watch him, and a couple of days. This was like 5 months ago, and then a couple of days ago, he fully committed. And one, we're so proud of him because he deserves all of it. But the reason I say this is because I also choose to hide that side of me when I go into my vocation, because I don't want to be known for the guy that can get people into college. And I don't want to create a full system and a full business around the idea that you're going to come to me because you're not coming to Andres, you're coming to a bridge to college. And then I'm not going to go to you because you're a player that I enjoy having time with and development, but you're a player that's going to increase my status, the better college that I can get you in. And I choose to be perceived less unique in that reality of player development. Um, and that's just a choice I make. It's not right or wrong. It's just I don't want to be known for that. And so I think there isn't necessarily uh, a right or wrong answer or right or wrong approach when it comes to hiding. But I wonder if there's a way to actually use it strategically and using your relational intelligence and emotional intelligence to know when this is a place that a little bit less of this point of view may actually create a more relational reality for me. And so I think that's just one example. Um, we don't have too much time today, so we got to wrap this episode up. We will have more conversations of hiding, but
Yeah, maybe there's a part 2 to this.
maybe there's a part 2 to this one because there's too much that we have to say about this. But Mel, real quick, anything that you wanna take away for today?
No, I think considering the populations we work with, I just want everyone to think about if their intention is good with other people, imagine that other people's intention is good with you.
Mm. That's good. That's good. I am not gonna give a takeaway. That was that was good. No, my only takeaway is just if you're hiding, you're living in a lie, and I think the one phrase that really stays is that hiding is a really subtle way to hate yourself. And I just say that I'll say it that simple. Hiding is a subtle way to hate yourself, and that is one of the least nourishing postures for your soul. Thank you so much.
We don't want that for you.
We don't want that. We don't want that. Thank you so much for doing this, Mel. I love every conversation that we get to have, the short ones and the long ones. I'm looking forward to continuing to have these with you. I love you, and we'll see you guys next episode.